Good morning. I have a very special guest for the first time in our studio.
Yes.
That's great. Why don't you move a little closer to that microphone? I want to hear every word you have to say. Very important. Alder Marlo Harmon is here. And thanks for joining us.
No problem at all. Thanks for having me.
A lot of people, say, well, I'm not going on the radio. I don't want all my secrets going. I don't have any secrets, but I don't want them getting out anyway. They'll find secrets. No, but that's good. I'm glad you decided to come in here and introduce yourself to our audience. Now, you're the 14th district, right?
I am in the 14th district. I've been an alderman of that district for a little over a year. Prior to me being alderman or alderwoman, I actually was county board supervisor for my district as well.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yes, I was.
How long were you that for?
One term, so about 2 years, and then went straight from that position into alder. So there's a few things that are different, but politics is politics.
Yeah, and what's the difference? I know one's a city, one's a county, but what's the difference when you work with the county board versus the city council?
Well, as a county board supervisor, it's a larger emphasis. So businesses being brought into the county, how we distribute funds to the various entities within the county. Alderperson, it's really focused on
potholes and manhole covers.
Yes. Snow plowing and the trash. And so, yes. So really more
noisy
pinpoint.
cars going down the street.
Yes. I get it all. I get calls about everything. But yes.
Let's get this one out of the way.
Yes.
Because this one's, I mentioned it's different alders. And my next door neighbor called me the other day. Actually texted me. Great neighbors. And she said, when you get the alders in your studio, have you ever mentioned the manhole covers to them? And I said, all the time. And it's almost like a running joke now with Melissa Caprillion, who was a former alder, and David Mack, who's my current alder.
Yes.
The manhole covers on Main Street, some of them are like 2 to 3 inches below the street level. So my neighbor hit one and blew a tire.
Yes.
And, you get angry because... And they're not in the center where you can ride over them. They're right where your right tire is going to be. And you hit them and boom. And I see a lot of them on Main Street, and I see some of them on Spring Street where or State Street rather. And you just how do we get those fixed? How do we get these manhole? Now, wait, before you even begin.
All right.
I got a memo from the mayor's office. There was something about, I'll look for it in just a second here. So they have manhole covers. And maybe it's, it's working. How do you get those fixed? Who do you go to?
Well, the very first step is to get in contact with your alder in your district or the alder where the manhole cover is. Get in contact with that alder. Let them know what the issue is, and they are supposed to, and they will. Many will. They will bring it to the council, usually Department of Works, and we look into that. There are times, however, that we can have residents come and speak and say, no, we do not want that fixed because if it's fixed, we have the cost. We have to pay for the cost. Someone's going to pay for it, And so it's a balancing act with what should be done and the request of the residents and the constituents within the area.
Let me see. Break an axle on my car, pay an extra $1 or $2 for the manhole cover. Let me see. Let me weigh those. Yeah, they are. I really don't have the only other thing, and it's not a major thing. The 15th, the 14th district is where now? Just so we know.
The 14th district is out by the mall, that area.
Right on the border of Mount Pleasant. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, actually, yes.
So the new buildings going up where the mall was, that's your territory?
Yes, that is my territory.
Oh, so you're right down the block from us here.
I am down.
You're not our older, are you?
I don't think so.
You know why she's saying that? Because he looks like he's got a list.
The lines are so, discombobulating sometimes. I'm not absolutely sure. However, I am the alderman that will work with anyone in any district. Yes. So.
Okay, so on Main Street, so much so in the summertime, the cars go up and down Main Street. I'm used to that. But the people who don't have the mufflers, and they put these special, I don't know what they are on their cars, and they're speeding. Because I know what 30 miles an hour looks like on Main. I lived long enough almost 2 decades on Main Street. I know what 30 miles an hour looks like. These cars are not going 30 miles an hour. They're 40 to 50 sometimes. And there's going to be trouble with a pet running into the street or a child running into the street. And they drag race. I've seen them drag race, too.
Yes.
I mean, I can watch them.
Yes.
And they're loud. They got those, I don't know what they put on their cars, but it like sputters, they get that sputtering sound.
How annoying.
It's also illegal.
Yes.
But no, I don't see anybody getting stopped on Main Street. They might be when I'm not looking. Mm-hmm. But man, but that doesn't affect me, rather than those manhole covers, because I hit that thing and I got to check the air pressure of my tires. I just blow a tire on that. And no, I can't be the only one getting hit by that. Me and my next door neighbor. It's got to be other people too.
There are other people. I'm one of the other people. Okay. I can't stand it.
So what else are people? What's good going on in the city, and what's needs help in the city?
Well, good things that are happening are like we just talked about. We are bringing businesses in. Woodman's is opening up. It's going to be, a large grocery store. Grocery stores are something that the residents and the constituents are definitely asking for. They're asking for positive businesses. What is positive businesses? Positive businesses is something that doesn't have to do with bars and alcohol and massage parlors and vaping stores.
We have massage parlors in Racine?
Oh, my goodness.
We do?
We do.
I didn't know. This is like Pottersville from It's a Wonderful Life. I didn't know that.
So we're bringing businesses in. We're definitely trying to balance the budget. That the budget is coming up in October. We're working together to bring additional entertainment into Racine. Island Park recently has started a beer garden.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Yes, sir.
Because I think I know where it is. Mm-hmm. And at 7:30, Cheryl McCreary is going to be on with us. All right. And she's performing at Island Park this weekend. Oh. At something going on, an event going on. So Island Park, when I was on Spring Street, just before I got to the roundabout.
Yes.
My wife said, there's Island Park. And when I'm driving, I had to take a quick look. Is that where it is?
Yes. Yes.
How do you get to it? I mean, I can't go across the Root River, swim across to get to.
How do you get to Don?
I know, I hit you with it. I told you this is going to be like Face the Nation.
My sense of direction is horrible. When they came out with GPS, I was like, I need to buy stock.
But that's where it is.
Yes, that is where it is. I can show you better than I can tell you how to get to it.
Is this new? Island Park, or has it always been there?
No, Island Park has always been there. You can get to it off of 6th Street one way to get to it.
Have I been in a coma these last 30 years? Why did I not know that was there?
I can't speak to
too much
your
sitting in my living
health.
room. Yeah, too much sitting in my living room. There's so many things in Racine that I recently found out.
Yes.
What's the park by? It's right off Spring Street again. I'm trying to remember where that park is. We went there. It was a beautiful park.
There's a Lincoln Park over there.
No, it's not Lincoln. It starts with a C, I think. I don't. I'll have to think about it for a second.
Off of Spring?
I think. I could be wrong.
All right.
I could be wrong. Anyway, there's so many great parks, and I didn't even know they're here.
Racine has beautiful parks, not just Racine, the county. The county has some beautiful parks. I'm a part of a hiking group, and we go to the different parks and hike. And so take advantage of it.
We have guests in here once a month, Carol Gianforte and Jim Messier, and they do the history of Racine. Uh-huh. And I'm not from this area originally, but I enjoy listening to it. And one they brought up was a place called Kittyland. Are you from here originally?
Yeah. Well, not originally. I was born in Mississippi, but I've been in Racine for over 50 years.
Okay. Well, you're from Racine. Okay. So I would never guess you 50 years old. So anyway, the Kittyland was right where, Rogan Shoes isn't there anymore. It's right in that area where Rogan Shoes used to be, right with that intersection of, I hate when I can't remember the Rapids Drive.
Rapids Drive.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they showed pictures of Kittyland with roller coasters and merry-go-rounds, and it was really a fun place to be if you're a kid. It was like It was like an amusement park right there. Well, it's long gone.
Wow.
And I went there with my wife recently. And we walked around. It's all grass and picnic areas now. And there's one little sign. And it's a marker. It says, this was the site of Kittyland.
Wow.
And it gives a little history of Kittyland on the sign. And I felt really bad. That used to be a fun place in Racine for kids to go. They used to look forward to it.
Yes.
Whatever reason, it's not there anymore. The land is there. It's all grass. And there's except for the sign, there's no sign that it was Kittyland. So the reason I tell you this is take advantage of all the things around town.
So true.
Because it might not be here.
So true.
And you'll say, I should have gone there.
Yes.
Well, now's your chance. So Island Park's, it's a beer garden, huh?
Yes. Yes.
And they do other events there, too, I guess.
They do.
So we got one coming up. We'll talk about it 7:30 this morning, 7:35 this morning. So tell me what needs to be done now in Racine. You talked about the good things. We're getting more businesses moving in. That's always good.
That's always good. We're trying to get more activities where people can be outside, more festivals. We're trying to do a lot of that.
More festivals.
More festivals.
we got all summer long.
Yes.
So let's talk about what needs to be done. What do you want done that you're working on? You got to get it finished before your day's end. You got to get this done. What do you need to get done?
I really would like to see more emphasis on, I really am for businesses. I would like to see more businesses come to Racine. I would like to see more infrastructure development, those potholes, those streets that need to be fixed. I really am working well with all of the alders. The chief of police, I'm working well with him as well as many of the other alders. I would love to see safety improve. There's been, quite a few incidents that have not been positive that impacts the safety of all of the residents. So I would like to see a collaborative effort with Racine residents, Neighborhood Watch, police department, sheriff department. We can work more on decreasing some of the gun violence.
Okay, let's talk about that. That's on my list here.
Yeah.
Crime in Racine.
Yeah.
Do we have a lot? I mean, I hear a lot of police sirens all day long because I live on Main Street. That's where they go. Do we have a lot of crime?
In comparison to some of the other surrounding cities, it's not as bad. It's actually, crime has decreased some, but one incidence of a homicide really is one too many, in my opinion. We don't have, significant numbers, but we have some numbers. We have numbers that I think that if we were to decrease it, that it would benefit everyone. People
say, I'd like to live in a city where there's no crime. You know what? There is no place. And if there was a place, everybody would move there. It would be overpopulated.
So true.
Okay, so, and I don't, I think the city does a great job on fixing roads. I don't have a problem with that. They just did a whole thing on Main Street by Gould all the way up past the zoo. They redid all concrete and everything.
Yes.
And they did a good job. It's right in time for the 4th of July parade. It was really nice.
Yes.
Main Street in front of me, I don't have any problems with. They fixed what they got to fix, and it's nice and smooth.
There's some other areas that could use some additional.
Like what?
I think out by more on the north side, Martin Luther King Drive. They're actually going to be bringing in the new health facility out over there. So a lot of more infrastructure and fixing some of those roads could help. Yeah, I think that out in the Washington Avenue, 12th Street, Washington, over in there, could use some fixing up. There, we've talked about, some of the dilapidated buildings and just kind of working on some of those and get rid of some of those as well.
When I start griping about manhole covers, if that's my worst thing, the city's in good shape.
Yes.
Because that's the last thing on the list, manhole cover. And I can't think of anything as a taxpayer that I'm upset about. I can't think of it because everything seems right. Garbage gets picked up. The streets get plowed. I mean, that's... everybody says, well, plowing, all right. When it snows outside, you'll be the first to gripe your street wasn't plowed. And when garbage, they didn't pick up my garbage. People are so concerned about garbage.
I can tell you this. If I wasn't an alder, I still would be saying the exact same thing. I love the city that I live in. I am glad to be able to do the job that I do. I have no issues with the taxes that I pay, with the snow plowing, with the garbage pickup, with safety, with the businesses that come into my... I have no issue with it. So I agree with you.
And the police, I think, do a great job.
They do.
I don't have a problem with the police here. I can't think of one. The fire department, thank goodness I never have to use them.
Thank goodness. I know, right?
It's like they used to say the New York Times on Sunday. It was so thick. And they said, nobody can read that. Yes, but it's nice to know it's there. Same thing with the fire and police. I don't want to use them, but it's nice to know they're there.
Yes.
And, I think the city does a great job in what they do. How many? So we have alders for 15 districts. I think
yes,
it is.
we
15,
do.
And you're 14?
Yes.
Where do you want to go from here? Before we do that, in your other life, other than being a city official, you worked with people people in special needs and so forth?
Yes, my background is in human services, social services. Forever have been doing that administrative work with adults and youth, with counseling, behaviors, addictions, disabilities. I've always wanted to help. My passion is in helping others. So it was just a really good transition from having that as a full-time career and then moving into something like public works.
So what do you want to do from here? You're an alder. Is there a ladder?
All
right, I see it. There's a ladder.
No,
there's some key words people start off with. There's a ladder.
I fell into this role without even planning it. So sometimes, they say the best plans are never what you expect. So I kind of go with the flow. I don't have any plans. I kind of, I'm fluid with it when it comes to
Look at you, just going along with the breeze, wherever the breeze blows me. I can never be in politics because I'll tell you why.
Never say never.
Well, I'll tell you why I couldn't.
All right.
Because I tell people what I think.
Oh, that's what they love.
No. You can't tell people what you think.
No, you have to do it in a way that's receptive.
There was a politician, and he was a big friend. I'm not going to mention who he is. A big friend of the radio station, and he got pretty big, huge in national politics, huge. But he quit because he couldn't tell people what he really thought. And he was afraid of doing it. This is just my opinion, afraid of doing it. So he decided to quit instead. I would tell people, and then I'd make a lot of enemies. And so that would be it. Because I can't, I tell people, I mentioned this before. I had a box truck in front of my house. And I called the police, and they said, nothing we can do about it. They said, the license plate is 2 years expired, and he's not supposed to be parking trucks on the street. There was a neighbor of mine.
Right.
And he got arrested. He was a mess. Anyway, so I wanted to get this box truck parked somewhere else, right in front of my house. I wake up in the morning, give a big yawn, and that's in front of my front window. So nothing was being done. So I went down to the council, and you know how you can speak at the council, you sign in. So I got up there. And some of them knew me, who I was. And I said, listen, I got this box truck. I told them the whole story. And so what I did was I went to Menards and I got the price of a box truck for the entire summer, 3 months. And I'm going to pay it. I'm going to put each one of your names in a hat. And I'm going to pick up a name. And that box truck is going in front of your house for the entire summer. Guaranteed. And if you think I'm kidding, just try me. I already got the price from Menards. And 2 days later, the truck was gone.
See? It's the oily wheel that gets, that's the squeaky wheel that gets the oil.
But I don't like to threaten people. And
it seems like you're good at it.
Well, it's not that I'm good at it. It's just my mother worked for the Department of Consumer Affairs in New York for 21 years, and something rubbed off on me. And she knew how to get her way with these big companies. But nobody would look me in the eyes when I said that. All the faces were down.
Did you get the objective done?
Yeah, the box truck was gone.
All right.
Yeah, but I didn't want to threaten people. I don't like doing that.
Something tells me, Don, you're pretty good at,
Well, I know you're going to do a good job in what you're in now.
So
I know.
much.
Now, is it a 2-year position?
Yes, it is.
You want to do it again?
Yes, I will be running again.
Oh, look at you. All right. Well, we'll have to have you in there when you're running again.
Well, Oh, thank
because
you.
we have all the candidates in. Well, you've been a real charmer to be in here today. I
You
like
have
that.
too. Thank you so much for having me.
I never know if I'm going to have to pull teeth to get information. But no, I didn't have to pull teeth today.
Yeah.
Well, that's very good. Thank you, Alder Harmon.
Thank you, Don.
Named after Marlo Thomas, huh?
I am. My mom loved the TV show That Girl. You know it.
Do you know what her boyfriend's name was on that girl?
No, what was it?
Donald. Yeah, Donald was her boyfriend. Ted Bissell was her boyfriend, but his name on the show was Donald.
Oh.
That girl. They used to always start the show off with something going on, and then somebody would say, it was that girl. Marlo Thomas. Yeah, I don't know if she's still around. I think she's still around.
She's still around, but her husband.
Yeah, Phil Donahue passed away.
Yes.
Yeah, they were married for like decades and decades and decades. A long time.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marlo Harmon, our alder in the 14th District. Thank you very much for coming in this morning. I appreciate it.